When bullets fly and explosions shake the earth, human instinct dictates a single universal rule: find cover. But against that wave of soldiers diving for safety, there is often one person moving in the exact opposite direction. They do not carry a rifle. They do not carry ammunition. They walk directly into the line of fire holding nothing but a medical bag. International humanitarian law grants special protections to these individuals. The rules of armed conflict officially recognize that a combat medic is there to provide medical care rather than participate in hostilities. Yet legal frameworks offer little physical protection on the ground. Shrapnel and chaotic crossfire do not read international law, meaning these medics regularly find themselves fully exposed to the same lethal threats as the infantry. It creates a profound paradox. The combat medic enters an environment engineered entirely for destruction, armed only with the mission of preservation. For a medic, success is measured differently. A rifleman may measure success by an objective captured. A medic may measure success by the number of wounded people who survive. That difference changes everything. Operating under this standard demands a unique psychological toll. While those around them might panic or freeze from trauma, the medic has to remain fiercely analytical, rapidly triaging injuries and recalling their emergency training while under intense distress. To clearly understand the sheer physical courage required to operate this way, we have to examine an extreme historical case: a World War II soldier who refused to touch a gun. This is Desmond Doss, an American Army medic photographed here in his military uniform. Doss desperately wanted to serve his country during World War II, but as a conscientious objector, he held an absolute, unyielding refusal to take a human life. That rigid stance created severe friction within his unit. Commanders and fellow recruits heavily scrutinized him, questioning how someone could possibly function as a reliable soldier in a global war if they refused to carry a weapon. This historical photograph shows the grueling reality of casualty retrieval in the Pacific Theater, with soldiers desperately lifting a severely wounded man onto a tank. This was the exact environment Doss deployed into, stepping onto active battlefields carrying nothing but medical supplies. Up to this point, his pacifism was largely theoretical to those around him. That theory met its ultimate physical test on one of the most violent landscapes of 1945. During the Battle of Okinawa, American forces assaulted an escarpment known as Hacksaw Ridge. The advancing units were immediately met with overwhelming, entrenched Japanese resistance. The assault collapsed into a chaotic retreat. Severely wounded men were stranded at the top, trapped behind enemy lines. Instead of retreating with his unit, Doss made a deliberate choice. He ignored the withdrawal order and stayed entirely alone in the kill zone. What followed was a brutal cycle of extreme physical endurance. Doss crawled across the torn landscape, locating casualties, applying rapid field triage to stabilize their bleeding, and exposing himself repeatedly to direct enemy fire. He dragged heavy, incapacitated men to the edge of the escarpment and lowered them down to safety. And then he turned around and went back for another, and another, repeating this agonizing process hour after hour. His quiet preservation of life permanently silenced the earlier skepticism of his peers, eventually earning him the Gold Star and Blue Ribbon seen here, the Medal of Honor, the United States' highest military award for valor. By refusing to fight, Doss established a new parameter for battlefield courage. He proved that true bravery sometimes means running directly toward the wounded while everyone else is running away. Looking at modern combat medicine, we see complex training tools like this mannequin and advanced electronic monitoring equipment. Today's medics receive extensive education in emergency medicine and trauma stabilization. This technological leap has drastically improved casualty care, allowing medics to achieve highly effective bleeding control and precisely coordinate rapid air evacuations for the wounded. However, as seen with these two modern soldiers treating a casualty amidst thick smoke, an enduring limitation remains. No piece of medical technology can replace the physical courage required to cross an uncertain, dangerous environment to reach a bleeding patient. It is a distinctly quiet form of bravery. For the combat medic, there is rarely a dramatic victory celebration. Their only real reward is this silent knowledge that a fellow human being gets to go home alive. This forces us to rethink our historical concept of heroism. It shows that extreme valor does not inherently require violence, and it certainly does not require a weapon. Wars will always be defined by the destruction they cause, but the most extraordinary victories within them belong to those who fight simply by refusing to let people die.